Little while. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump says he is not joking about serving a third term as president. However, experts say that is not possible.
And our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp joining us now live. Good evening, Rachel.
Good evening, Mike and Eva. So the president has made comments like this one on the campaign trail, but he's making headlines once again for saying that there are methods he could use to secure that third term. But an expert I spoke with says the Constitution spells out term limits for the presidency. In a phone interview with NBC News, the outlet reports Trump said there are, quote, methods for running for a third term.
This is not possible.
Political scientists say the 22nd Amendment in the Constitution limits the number of times a person can be elected to the office of the president to only 2 terms.
Donald Trump has said that there are ways for him to do it, but the only way is to get an amendment, a superseding amendment to the Constitution, which requires 2/3 of the House, 2/3 of the Senate, and 3/4 of the states. And he's just not going to get that. He's throwing this out because of Signalgate. He is trying to distract attention. You see that this is what he always does. He throws everything at the press and tries to get them to focus on every other thing to try to dilute the main story. And this is him trying to deal with this real problematic scandal facing his administration.
Dr. Todd Belt says it's extremely difficult to amend it.
If you can just get 1/3 of the House or 1/3 of the Senate or 1/4 of the states, you can sink it. I just don't see it happening. Obviously, the Democrats are going to vote against it, and a very closely divided Congress like we have, this is just a non-starter.
Trump was asked about it on board Air Force One.
Does that mean you're not planning to leave office on January 20th?
I'm not looking at that, but I'll tell you, I have had more people ask me to have a third term, which is in a way a fourth term because the other election, the 2020 election was totally rigged. But I'm just telling you, I have had more people say, please run again. They said, we have a long way to go before we even think about that.
Now, Mike and Eva, the NBC News report states that when they asked the president if one method was for J.D. Vance to run as president and then step aside if they won, allowing him to take over the presidency, the president reportedly stated that he said that is one method, but that there are others. So far, we have not heard of the others or any other potential methods that the president is also looking at for that third term. Mike and Eva, back to you.